Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryan, and today we'll be discussing the CFB Top 25. We did the AP poll, we did the coaches poll, we did my poll, and check those out. They're on the channel, and I should have a playlist that those are in. I will, if they're not, I will make sure they're in it. But they're on the channel, so check it out if you haven't already. But I think it's probably the last one is the CFB, which stands for College Football Top 25 Power Rankings for this year. And by the way, college football is in 6 days, and I am very happy about that. At least the time I'm recording this is in 6 days. I'm recording this on a Sunday. I might post it today. I might post it tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how everything plays out. But yeah, well, let's just get into this top 25 right now because I've read through this, and this is not a great one in my opinion. At number 25, you got Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh before they've been ranked before past 2 years past last year and the year before. They had some good games. I'm not mad at them being up 25. They're kind of underrated. Excuse me. They have some guys that are gone, of course, but everyone does. So 25 isn't a bad spot for Pittsburgh. So, I mean, I wouldn't have them in my top 25, but that's okay for them to have it in there. Number 24, Minnesota. I don't understand why they're in the top 25. I don't know what they've done to deserve to be in the top 25, but they're there. So I disagree with that, but yeah. At number 23, Mississippi State. I think that I might have actually had Mississippi State at 23 on my list, but I like this. I mean, the top 25, I think they definitely deserve it. Them with Will Rogers and their offense, I think this team can be very good. And their defense isn't half bad. They're just not great yet. They haven't beat the Bamas, the elite LSU teams, the Georgias. So they need to do that. They beat Ole Miss last year, but they need to be higher ranks. Ole Miss has the same problem. They haven't beat a great team in like 8 years, I'd say, since they beat Bama back-to-back years. But they didn't do much with it after that. They're not consistently great. So, yeah. Then you have at number 22, South Carolina. I like this ranking for South Carolina. I have them at number 18 on my list, but 22 isn't half bad. Just get them in the top 25. They deserve an opportunity to rise up in the rankings. Number 21, Washington. Washington, I have them way higher than this. I think almost everyone does. I don't understand why they're at number 21 on their list, but they are, and I couldn't disagree anymore. I think this offense is very good at Washington, and I think the buzz around them is actually real. Their defense doesn't have to be great for them to be successful. It's proven that before, that you don't have to have a great defense to be successful. Doesn't mean great defenses won't. Not having a great defense doesn't mean you have a chance to win a title, because you need a pretty good defense to be able to win a title. But to have success, you don't need to have a great defense, and they don't have a great one. But their offense is great, and I have them in the top 12. I would have them in the top 12 personally. Okay, after that, number 20. I've talked a lot of bad about this team, and I'll continue. Florida. This team shouldn't be within the top 40. I don't understand. How are they above Washington, South Carolina, Mississippi State, Minnesota, or Pitt? I don't understand. They didn't make a bowl game last year and got worse. So I don't understand this. And as a Tennessee fan, I don't want Florida to be good. And they have an extraordinarily tough schedule. So I don't understand this ranking even with that. I don't know. I hope there's a good explanation for this. Number 19, Kentucky. I can't be mad about this ranking. Personally, I wouldn't have them in my top 25, but the talent on their team is undeniable. It's just, you did lose to Vanderbilt last year. We're not going to forget that. And you barely beat Missouri. So you're not like a dominant team. You have good talent, but a lot of your wins come from bad teams. And last year you had a weak start to your years. You beat Florida at the Swamp. Hey, good job. That's actually somewhat impressive. But we ended up figuring out that Florida was not good throughout the year. So the win got worse and worse and worse. But yeah, they're talented. We're just going to see if they put it together fully, mainly offensively. Number 18, Arkansas. I have Arkansas in my top 20. But in my top 25, 18's a little high though. In my opinion, Arkansas talent I think is very good. I love their roster. I think they just had they had some games that they could have won that they just made some mistakes and it went the other way. I think this year they can actually fully capitalize on those, and if they're more healthy, which I think they will be, I think they're going to be pretty good. So I don't mind this ranking. I just wouldn't put them that high. 17, Kansas State. I think that's where everyone has them at. I'm fine with that list. I'm a part of those people that have them at the 17 spot. At least around there. I have no problem with this at all. So, yeah. TCU at 16. I'd have a little bit higher. You made a national title game last year. You're at least top 15. But 16, I can't be super mad about that. I'm not like, wow, that's surprising. It's not surprising. A lot of the rankings have them at 16. So, yeah. And then number 15, Utah. Cam Rising and them. Fair spot for them. I'm not mad about that either. But this is when it starts getting kind of strange because some of these teams that could be a little bit higher are a little bit lower. So those teams that should be lower are going to be way higher. And then at number 14, you have Florida State. They should be higher on this list, in my opinion. Probably looking closer to the top 10, if not already in the top 10. 14 is a little bit low, but it is what it is, I guess. Jordan Travis got to prove himself some more, which he probably can. I mean, he can. He probably will, though. Then at number 13, when they're talking about those teams that are low, should be low, that are not low because other teams that should be higher or lower. So they got boosted up really high. This is one of them. Oklahoma at 13. You went like 6 and 7 last year. I don't understand why you can't say they earned a top 25 spot, let alone a top 15. So I do not understand why they're this high. They just love Oregon, I guess. I mean, love Oklahoma. Yeah, I'm surprised by that. Number 12, Oregon. Oregon, I like this number 12 there. I love them a little bit lower, but I do like that they're this high. I'm a former Oregon fan when they had the Mariota stuff. So them being this high is nice to see. So I'm perfectly fine with them being at number 12. I'd have them a bit lower again personally, but 12 isn't half bad. If you're within like 3 or 4 spots where I ranked you, it's tough for me to be mad about that. I think that goes for anyone. I don't think if you're within like 4 spots where you rank them, that's not bad until you get to the top 10. And then that can cause problems. And I'll go over that when I get there. And number 11, Notre Dame. A little bit high, I'd say. Again, another team that's really high. But I'm not mad about this. I think they could be a top 12 team throughout the year. But not right now. Not at this moment. I don't think they've earned that. Number 10, this is a low spot for this team. USC at number 10. I don't think they're that. If their defense improves just a little bit, they win 2 more games. So I don't understand why they're number 10. I think they have a great offense. And like I talked about, you could be successful and not have a great defense. You just need to have an okay defense and have a chance. So consistency was this team. You have to have consistent defense. If you can hold them to 25 to 35 each game, you can hold them to less, but not more than 35, you will win a lot more games, especially with this team. So you know what you're getting each week. And number 9, Tennessee. Perfectly fine with Tennessee at number 9. I just want them in the top 10. That's what I want more than anything else. Just have them in the top 10. Let them earn their spot. And this is I think it's one of the highest rankings they've had out of any of the top 3 polls. So yeah, Joe Milton and Josh Heupel, shout out to them. They might prove themselves this year even more. And number 8, this one is possibly the worst ranking of any one of them on the list. LSU at number 8. 8? No way. They are way higher than number 8. What says they're not a top 5 team? They beat Bama last year. If they play more consistently than they did last year, which I think they will, just more consistently with this team, they will be just a great team in general overall. They'll be a great team overall. Play better, and Mason Smith's back, so their defense going to be even better than they were last year. And the defense was not bad last year at all. So I think that'll be quite interesting what happens. But there's no way you don't have LSU and you're not in your top 5, let alone number 8. Behind, who's at number 7, Penn State. Penn State, I have no problem with Penn State. They're just not a top. They're just not better than LSU. You could argue maybe better than Tennessee, but even then, why? What about them so superior than Tennessee? Penn State can't win the big game. Can't beat Ohio State in a year that you don't have 2 losses. Can't beat Michigan whenever it actually means something. I'm talking about when it means something, do you win those games? Doesn't mean by a big game. Rivalry games are naturally big, but talking about the significance that come along with it. Like when they beat Ohio State that 1 year, they were like 4-2 before then. So them actually doing it didn't fully mean a lot at the end of the day. So they couldn't make the playoffs. So yeah, Penn State. This team is good, but again, not better than LSU. Number 6, Clemson. This just doesn't make sense. Clemson at number 6, but Tennessee at number 9. Did people not understand the idea of logic on this list? Clemson lost to this team last year by 17 with that's almost the exact same roster. I don't understand this. So Clemson number 6, fine. I don't understand it. Number 5, this one actually, talk about LSU being the worst one out of all of them. Forget about that. Forget about that. Texas at number 5 is what's terrible. Texas has proven nothing. They are terrible compared to what other people think they are. They're way too hyped. Fans don't even like how hyped they are because they are so boosted up because they want Texas to be back. They want them to be really good. Then they are not going to match your rank, not going to match your expectations. We expect them to be way too high. Even an AP poll, they had them like number 11. That is way too high for Texas. I had them like number 15. Middle of the pack. You can go up, you can go down. And that's just more better for them. Because you're not getting super high expectations. You understand the talent level on their team. That does mean something. But you did lose the best running back in college football, Bijan Robinson. People just forget that. How do you have them at number 5? I do not understand that. Quinn Ewers is super inconsistent. And then your receiving core is great. But sometimes if you can't throw the ball to them, this doesn't work. Quinn Ewers has shown 2 games that he was extraordinarily inaccurate against TCU and against Oklahoma State. He's messed up big times in games before. I know he's come off a shoulder injury. But this is post his shoulder injury now. And we'll see if he actually fully recovers. And he cut his mullet. That might help. I hope it does. Mullets aren't good. So, yeah. Is that a hot take? I don't know. I've been raised to say mullets aren't good. So, yeah. Deal with it. Number 4, Michigan. That's low. That's very low. Back-to-back playoff appearances. You're not number 4 if you make back-to-back playoff appearances. What are you doing? Number 3, Ohio State. I don't understand why Ohio State's number 3, but Michigan's number 4. I don't understand people at times. There's other times it just doesn't make sense. I'd have at least Michigan at number 3 at bare minimum. Number 3. I'd put them at number 2. I thought everyone agreed they were number 2, but apparently these people don't. At number 2, you got Alabama, and well, Alabama gets favored all the time, deservingly so, but not this highly favored. They shouldn't be. You don't make the playoffs last year, but ranked number 2. How does that work? I don't understand that. But at number 1, they did get at least this right. This one thing, without a doubt, you can say this is right. Georgia at number 1. Shout out to Georgia, because they've really earned this. They've gone a long way from 41-year drought of winning a title to back-to-back and now consistently looking as the best team in the country. Shout out to Georgia. I know I'm a Tennessee fan, but I can't be mad at Georgia. I mean, I can't be mad at Georgia. I'm going to take that back. I'm not mad that they're the ones winning. I don't like Bama. That's probably why I don't think Bama should be this high. And I don't like Florida, so I don't think that's why. That might be one of the reasons why I don't like them being this high. And by the way, I mention this every time about Florida, but I forgot to mention, Graham Mertz sucks. So I mention every time I mention Florida. So I'm going to keep that consistently going until he proves me wrong. If he goes crazy against Utah and they win, then I will shut up until Tennessee's game. And if they stop them there, if they stop Graham Mertz there, I will definitely let everyone hear about that. How many people view this? I don't know how many. But yeah, thank y'all for watching, and hope y'all have a great day. Hit the like button if you like this type of stuff. If you like this video, covering all this stuff, we cover a lot of things with college football and all this stuff. Just sports in general. I know high school football starting. I went to my team's game, and they got blown out. So yeah, not a good start to the year. But they can bounce back. They can bounce back. But college football starts up on Saturday, and it's great. I'm very excited for it, and I hope the best for all teams out there, not named Alabama and not named Florida, and probably not named Georgia too, since they're in the same division. So yes, yeah, I'm a hater on those teams, on at least Bama and Florida. Yeah, again, as a Tennessee fan, my earliest memories of football were Bama losing I mean, Bama beating us and we're losing on a 15-game losing streak against them, and Antonio Callaway's play against Tennessee. If you remember that as a Florida fan, you probably are smiling right now. But yeah, that's one of my earliest Tennessee Florida memories. Antonio Callaway getting a 4th and 10 touchdown and beating them in the swamp, and also Felipe Frank's touchdown against Tennessee. That was a Hail Mary to end the game. Yeah, not the best memories. So that's why I don't like Florida. But I'm gonna try to be fair with them no matter what. But hope you all have a great day. Stay safe, y'all. Hit the like button, like type of stuff. I'm sorry, I'm just talking about random stuff right now. I'm sorry. Comment whatever you want. Hit the subscribe button, and yeah, hope you all have a great day. Stay safe, y'all, and God bless y'all.